The internet is undefeated. Not, I mean, one, because the internet is brilliant and it's cruel and it gives no fucks about anything, but also because the internet will switch sides on you in a minute. For instance, we say we want to ride or die chick, right? And we say, man, she got to hold him down while he going through whatever he going through. And then at the end of the relationship, we like, oh, she stayed too long. But I personally don't think she deserves criticism in this moment. I think what she deserves in this moment is some applause. I'm gonna tell you why I think she deserves some applause. Because she did ride with him, right? She rode out until so a lot of times in circles, when you have an open marriage, a lot of times the other spouse asks a very simple request, and that is, do not embarrass me. Do not embarrass me. Don't make me look crazy. Don't make me look stupid. Do not show the world that you do not have regard for me if that is the case. The world needs to always feel like you have regard for me. And I don't think he did that. I think she deserves some credit for giving him a blank space to express himself, even express himself in ways that the industry and the public may not even have appreciated, kind of like Kanye and Kim, right? When whatever. So I dig that. I dig that she gave him the space to express himself and to evolve and to grow. And then when they grew too far apart for the distance to make sense, she bounced. I don't think it lowers her stock. I think what it says is, here is a woman who is not swayed by public opinion. When she picks a man, she's going to be with that man until she deems it no longer in her best interest. That is a mature queen. I salute you, girl. Look, we've all been in relationships longer than we thought we should have. And that's usually the decision that we make after it's over. Hindsight is always 2020. But when you're in that relationship and you're choosing to stick it out, even when this person's claiming to be married to somebody else, and you're sticking it out and you're doing what you got to do, nobody should have anything but respect for you and applaud you as you move on. I hope the next man that you find is further along in his development so that you don't have to experience as much growth with him that changes who he is. But it's still time for you, girl. You're beautiful. You'll find it.
I'm surprised to hear that response from you, Jay. I don't think I thought that was the angle that you were going, but I'm here for it. Yes, I kind of agree. I think, I'll go into my therapy bag just a little bit. Like we all have attachment issues and styles, and I think that we take from the fact that he was Muslim, and probably they had a conversation about a poly relationship because of that. Now, who knows if it came when the kids came, or did it come when they got married and he wanted to still be tapping and tipping? Who knows? But I think it was something that she agreed to on a religious basis, but she also converted to Islam when she married him as well, just much like Brittany did. So I don't want to think that he was out just wilding. I think it was an agreement at some point. But I'm glad that she knew that, at this point, whether it was Brittany or something else going on between them, because if you watch her publicly, she's been like really solo in her magazine shoots and her interviews. She's been literally out there by herself. And so I agree kind of what S&M said about, him leaving a little bit of a stain, because sometimes you can date somebody that's not necessarily a representation of who people think you are. But, love is bigger than that. The heart doesn't think what the mind thinks. And so I'm glad that she made the decision to love herself most at this point. And so I wish her the best.
So listen, before we go S&M to the next one, I do want to say, Jay, you swayed me. I do want to say that this might be a first here on the VLC pod. You swayed me with your argument, right? Except for the part about about like, no, because I was with you in terms of like, we should applaud that. She did give it the time, and but what I disagree with you on, because I've paid close attention to her, was there were signs of this way before this Brittany Renner thing, right? When you're talking about like being in a relationship by yourself, to Tia's point, that's what she's basically been showing us on socials for this entire time. You wouldn't even remember or know that she was married because she's been like literally like living her own separate life. So I'm saying, like, I agree with you. But if it gets to the point where niggas don't know you married for real, then there's probably more there. It didn't take Brittany Renner for her to recognize this. And people take for granted that, like, life is not promised. Y'all be wasting time on motherfuckers that you been already knew was not going to be it for you. So while I salute her for holding steadfast, I do agree. That's a good trait, but not for everybody. And when you look at him, you have to question, girl, did you not see the things that we've all been seeing this entire fucking time? So yeah, that's the only part I'll push you back. But you had me though. You had me with showing her a little bit more grace. Thank you for that, Jay.